Breakfast with Bob and Paul.
2013 edition of Breakfast with Bob and Paul, live from Huggos right here at the beach. And of course, we are sponsored by Monster iSport, the athlete's headphones, and we're live streaming on triathlete.com. We have two guests, Huddle.
Not one, Bob.
Not but one, but two. One is the 8-time Ironman world champion, and the other is Mr. Heinz Ward, Super Bowl MVP, two-time Super Bowl champion, a guy who is destined for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in just a few years with 1,000 receptions. We know that's coming. And, of course, his coach, Paula Newby-Frazier, the 8-time Ironman world champion. So, Heinz, how's it going? It's a little different being here this time of year than we were here in August,
yes.
and it was like nobody in the ocean, right?
It's a lot different. Just going out in the open water swim, you know, like I said earlier, it's like Frogger. You know, you're trying to dodge people moving back and forth. But all in all, it's overwhelming. You know, there's more people, of course, from the last time. But I'm just happy to take part in this prestigious event and just be out here and amongst some of the greatest endurance athlete in the world.
What I love is it wasn't that many months ago where I don't think you could really swim that far, right? Barely across a pool. We saw you clip in on the bike and fall over. Your running was basically a 40-yard dash.
Correct.
And now you're going 140.6 miles all in one day.
Insane.
And what I love even more is the fact that you wore XL since you were, what, 5 years old?
Yeah.
And now you're wearing a medium.
Yes, I'm wearing medium. It looks like a smedium. I'm in the small and the medium. But, you know, it's just a credit, just a testament of just learning, you know, and trusting Paula. Of course, I'd be a fool not to trust her.
That's what Huddle says.
Well, you know, we have some. It's the education, because I really knew nothing about the endurance world, you know. So I'm sure I got on her nerves a couple of times asking some crazy questions. But all in all, like I said, I mean, it was a great partnership. You know, it would continue after Kona's over with, and I'm just very blessed to have her as a coach.
So, Heinz, I think one of the things I got to watch out of this was some of the texts that would come in at 5 a.m. at our house, and Paula was still in bed, and I was up early, and I'd sort of look at it, and I go, "Ooh, he's gonna get it today." And my favorite one was, "It's raining. Do I still go run?" And I thought, "Oh, what a bad question." What was the response to that? And I want to get Paula to talk a little bit about that as well. So some of those questions and the things that have come up.
Well, the response is, I'm pretty sure it was hysterical to her because, you know, I play for the Steelers. I'm supposed to be the toughest guy and the dirtiest player in the NFL during my heyday, and now I'm asking, should I go outside and run in the rain? But you know, I felt like it was a valid question. I didn't know. I thought it was raining. You can't really train. But, you know, I felt foolish at times. I'm sure Paula's got a notebook full of crazy texts of me asking her questions and stuff like that. But all in all, like I said, I mean, you're taking someone who's never done anything endurance-wise, and you're trying to strip me down from being a football player to becoming an endurance athlete, and I owe everything to her. Just a matter of just being patient with me, understanding the work ethic's going to be there. You know, once I'm committed to it, I'm committed. I'm all in. But it's just I didn't understand, or I didn't know what I was doing out there. So I'm sure, coming from, you know, the Michael Jordan of the triathlon world,
exactly,
that she was laughing at all my texts.
How difficult has the mental outlook been for you? Because when you're coming from a power and strength and size sport like the NFL to basically a sport where it definitely does not pay to be a big muscular dude.
Right.
Correct.
And one of the funniest, I want Paula to tell us the story in Atlanta coming out, the overhearing, one of your buddies overheard a couple of guys talking about you. And just, can you relate that story?
Well, we were finishing up some training in Atlanta, and this was actually a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And Heinz had trimmed down from 230. He was already under 200 pounds at that point, and we'd finished a big day, gone out to dinner with Heinz and Lindsay and one of his friends, one of his college buddies, a lineman, probably almost 300 pounds worth. And we were leaving the restaurant and heading out, and it was his friend Travis. Travis overheard somebody going, I think that was Hines Ward. And somebody goes, nah, way too small to be Hines.
Yeah, for me, it was a little humbling because I was this feared football player on the field and this tough guy. And now, fans are going to try me and test me now because I've lost so much weight. Paula kept calling me the kicker.
Yikes!
So I owe it all to her, but don't let the looks fool you. I'll still knock you out.
For any of those swimming near Hines on Saturday,
stay away from me.
If they bring full contact triathlon in, you'd be like right at the top of the list.
Oh, no question about it. I will sign up for it all day. Paula, she told me when we start the race, I'm going to put you on the outside because I don't want you to get in any tangles or anything with anybody. It's just going to happen. And it's because in the other races, we had waves.
Yes.
And so now in Kona, everybody starts at one time. Yeah. So the madness that's going to take place on the start, stay away from that stuff. Paula's like, I can see you right in the middle punching everybody out who touches you. So I'll just keep my space and let all the madness go and just get in behind them and just swim my pace.
Hines, when I look back at your career, University of Georgia, as a receiver, and you've been played quarterback there a little bit. Mm-hmm. From your stats, you should have been drafted in the first round, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You were drafted in the third round.
Yep.
And when you're drafted in the third round, it's not like you're guaranteed a spot in the team, so
Correct.
you had to earn everything.
Yeah.
And you were always discounted from that point on. You had to earn your spot in the team, and you became one of the best, one of the best around, right? You hold the Steeler receptions record and pretty much everything else. Did you play with a chip based on the fact that you were a third-round draft pick?
Always. I've always played with a chip because my whole life has been people telling me what I can't do in life.
Yeah.
You can't go to college. I'll go to college. I graduate from college. You can't go to the NFL. That's kind of been my whole MO throughout my whole life of the struggles that I had to overcome with some of the adversities in life. Yeah. And now, I did Dancing with the Stars. Oh, you can't dance. Well, I go on to win that. You can't cook. You can't do all these different things. But, I'm so blessed to have so many opportunities to present themselves, coming my way. But, Kona, I really was naive, really didn't know much about the endurance world. But, there's always going to be naysayers. You didn't qualify. You shouldn't be there. You can't do it. But that just fuels my fire. That's what motivates me every day. I mean, so when times are tiring, I go out there and why am I doing it? I feel fatigue. I use that negativity and I try to turn it into a positive, and that's really what inspires me to continue to go out there and continue to work hard, and we'll see. We'll put it all together. Just got to trust the game plan that Paula and I have kind of came together, and I execute it. She emails me. I've done everything by the book on every email that she sent me. So I didn't try to cut corners. She watches me on Map My Ride, and she hears the beep. So I'm putting in the work, and now the tapering thing is something that's new to me because you have to taper, and my body's feeling sore. I'm a little trusting. Did I do enough, or should I go on a run and not tell Paula? But just trusting. She's done it. I'd be a fool not to listen to her and just trust that I put in the time, the effort. Now it's just staying on top of the game plan with the nutrition side of it and find a way to get through that finish line.
One of the most exciting things, and I think one of the best things for our sport, has been watching you with Bob Costas, on those telecasts talking about Ironman, and it's so great for our sport to have that. What's the reaction been like among your peer group, among the guys that you played with, and
crazy?
Those guys watching you shrink.
Did you get your
everybody
note from Ray Lewis yet?
Well, everybody's been so positive in the sense that it's like, man, you look great. I'm happy for you, but what are you thinking doing the Ironman? Why would you want to put your body through that?
Yeah.
But for me, like I said, I love challenges, and this is by far the toughest challenge of my whole career. But I'm in the best shape of my life, probably in better shape than I played football. But I love challenges. Like I said, I was naive about what comes along, what it takes to become an endurance athlete. But as far as being the face of it and getting more exposure to the world, people are interested. I have guys, man, you look great. how is it on the bike? I can't swim. Well, I couldn't swim either, but here I am, you know, swimming 2.4 miles. So it's been very encouraging. You know, everybody wondering why I'm doing it, but they see how I look. They see the weight loss. They say I'm in shape. Everybody in Steeler Nation want me to come back and play football. So, you know, that lets me know I'm doing the right things, and it's great just to put it out there to the world that probably wouldn't even think about doing an endurance, becoming an endurance athlete. So I'm excited about that.
As a professional football player, when you're in a sport like that, you retire so young. Right? You got so much of your life left in front of you. Was it hard to figure out what to do next?
Correct. And that's something that I didn't know how to train. So, you know, I got to 230. My playing weight was like 208, 210 during the season, but I didn't know how to train outside of training for football.
Right.
Now that I was retired, I knew nothing about trying to run a mile. You know, that's never was in my game plan ever. Is football, you know, our sport is all about how fast you go in the 40-yard and the sprint. And, you know, Paula, I had to learn how to run. I mean, you know, I had to change my stride length up because in football, you try to get 2 or 3 stride lengths every 10 yards because it's all about the power and the speed. Where in the endurance world, you have to shorten your step, pace yourself. So I remember the first day Paula came to Georgia and we went on a run, and, you know, I was trying to get out in front. She's like, no, we don't do that. That's football speed. You know, you got to pace yourself. And it was a learning process. Literally, she had to strip me down of everything that I've been accustomed to my whole life and teach me what it takes to become an endurance athlete. And now it's just, I know how to run. So for me now that I'm retired, even when Kona's over with, it's nothing for me to go out on a 6-7 mile run and come back and get my workout in and stay in shape. So I'm excited about that and very happy that, you know, she taught me another way of training so I can carry it on for the rest of my life.
So is this something that you now are an endurance guy?
I don't know about that. I am, but you know,
in terms of your lifestyle,
which of the 3 disciplines will you hang on to? Do you think?
The run, the bike. I love the biking. I mean, when you're doing 112 miles, that's pushing it to craziness.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But I mean, I feel great. I mean, it's kind of for me, it's like sprinting on a bike. Right. You know, the swim, I can do without the swim. Being in a little small pool, small 25 meters, and just going back and forth, it's just kind of get monotonous and kind of boring. Yeah. But
and you don't like the fish thing?
No,
much.
I don't really. You know what? I'm kind of over the fear. I watched a lot of Shark Week.
That's a great motivation.
The Megalodon. You know, never really heard too much fish out here. There's going to be a giant jaws out here, but. No, it's just great. I mean, it's great because I never thought I would ever do open water swimming. Yeah. And now overcoming my fears. But I think for the people that's out there that's kind of on the borderline of trying to want to become and do a full Ironman, well, I'm a living testament that anyone can do it because, I mean, this lady right here took someone who never ran a mile a day in his life to here I am now and trying to find a way to get through Kona and finish and make it to the finish line.
So you talked about motivation, part of that motivation having that chip on your shoulder and people telling you what you can't do. How much motivation has it been, has the threat of wearing a pink Phillip Rivers Chargers jersey been for you on the day after?
What is that? Is that a
that's I think Paula.
What is the Paula? Tell us what the bet
is. Oh, go ahead, Paula.
Well, actually, no. You know, I would never actually really do that to him, but what the threat to him is, or our bet is that he has to finish. If he, for some reason, doesn't finish, I call myself the football peanut gallery. Yes. Every weekend he has Paula's commentary during
diehard
Chargers fan, but just general commentary on the college games, on the NFL. Right in the middle of it, I'm like texting him like, I think the ref.
I'm on the set.
He's on the set, and I'm like, is the ref blind? Go get him some glasses. Blah, blah, blah.
She's an avid football fan.
I know. So all I said to him, I go, you finish, and I will stop with the peanut gallery, and you won't have to endure it because I see he has to listen to it all the time.
Yes.
From everybody. I said, I will take myself out of that mix and you won't have to listen to me tell you when the Chargers, as soon as the Chargers beat Dallas a couple of weeks ago, I go, give us an for the Chargers. And he's just like, yeah, whatever.
So, Paul, how, in terms of, you've worked with a lot of athletes over the years and a lot of athletes, celebrity athletes coming into our sport. How was Heinz to work with? He's not here, so he can't hear anything.
You know what? It's been a real privilege, and it's been such a blessing to work with him, because he has embodied the spirit and the drive of being an athlete, and embracing the challenge of it.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest shock for me was how, I don't even want to say how little he knew, because it was absolutely nothing. Nothing. He seriously.
Are you calling me
he pulled up a pair of bike shorts and didn't know the front from the back of a pair of bike shorts when I first met him. He didn't.
She's killing me right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that's, what is so amazing is that from zero to here was literally, I would say, the 28th of January to here is, we have come from nothing to here. When he started out, he was almost 40 pounds heavier. Everything was on the elliptical. It was walk, run. The way he used to dress for his bike rides. I mean, there was literally from dressing to nutrition to taking bottles in and out of bottle cages. I mean, the most basic things that we take for granted, he didn't know. So it's sort of invigorated me, because to take somebody and watch them embrace it, because I tell you what, he's not lying when he said, if I take that challenge, I'm going with it. I'm all in, because he has been all in.
Well, Bob, you saw me. I changed at the airport. I went from a suit, came out and put on compression sleeve socks.
Yes, comes walking out in these compression socks. He's right in there. I mean, we just haven't had him in a Speedo yet. That's all.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
So,
I just feel weird about a Speedo. I'm not a Speedo guy.
Not a Speedo guy.
Yeah. About I haven't hit that level yet. I'm not.
That's good.
The day I put a Speedo on and get out here in the ocean, then I'm official. I will.
No, you're official.
You're official.
You're official. Trust me.
Well, I'm just not
official.
comfortable wearing a Speedo.
Who is? That's the idea.
Well, there's clearly some people out here who are very comfortable.
But you know what's interesting to me, Heinz, is like you said, you were the kid who didn't like to dance, right? Didn't go to the proms because you didn't want to dance, and here you are winning Dancing with the Stars. And I'm betting that you did that show because the person who was going to be coaching you was someone you respected.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it.
Same in this game. You're a guy who buy in 100%, because a lot of people have egos and saying, well, I can figure this out on my own.
Well, playing football for 14 years, you want to be coached by somebody who's reputable.
Right.
So I've heard of Paula, but I didn't know who Paula was. So I Googled Paula. And the first thing that came up was Paula 1995.
I'm going to die.
I think I'm going to die.
Paula, call 911. Does somebody have a cellular phone?
And then I see Paul running down. Now, Paul has like this
sweet haircut.
Yeah, this 16 candles haircut back in the day. He runs down, and then the cell phone was like the gray flip phone.
It wasn't a flip phone. It was like the thing
it was like a big
World War II.
Yeah. So I'm watching it. I'm like, man, this is. And she said to me, well, not to me, but she was on the ground and said, I think I'm going to die. And I'm watching this over and over. I'm like, this is my coach? So I sent her a text. I said, Paula, it's not very inspiring as a coach who think they're going to die. So you got to change it up. I never want to hear those words because I don't want to die. So, if my coach talking about dying, then I know there's not a chance in hell for me because I'm going to die out here on this course. But for me, it's just trying to do the background. Then once I knew the background of who she was, Paula told me to jump out here butt naked. I go jump out here butt naked. I will have a problem with it, but
you do it.
I'll do it because I'll be a fool not to listen to someone who has the experience, who of course won all the titles. Yeah. I mean, she's been around the game, respected by everyone. I mean, like I said, she's the Michael Jordan. She's the Queen of Kona. So everywhere I go, oh man, we love your coach. She's the best. And so for me, I'll be a fool not to listen to all the insights and the coaching tips that she bestowed on me to go out here and try to make it through Kona.
So Paula, chocolate milk